guys, it's Velvety Productions here, and welcome back to my channel. This is the second time I'm recording this video because I was going to record it like I did my video about the Truly Me line from a few years ago, where I went through the website while I talked about it, but when I recorded this like that, the audio was almost entirely unusable. So I'm going to re-record this and just put the pictures of the items on the screen instead. I've returned from my absence of working on a really long video that will be up eventually, I promise, because American Girl dropped something so terrible I had to make a video about it. And that is the AG Sisters line. AG Sisters is a line of 14.5-inch dolls. I really don't see what purpose American Girl had in making them, partly because they're the same size as the Wellie Wishers, and I don't see what market niche these would be filling. Unless they're going to retire the Wellie Wishers, which I wouldn't put them past doing, they're just competing for sales with their already existing products. The Wellie Wishers are currently at the bottom of the list of doll lines, and when I originally was looking at the website to write this video, they were 20% off a lot of things, so they may actually be getting rid of them for the AG Sisters, which is sad. The AG Sisters dolls also seem like a significant downgrade in quality compared to the other American Girl doll lines, at least from what I can tell from the photos on the website. They're all vinyl, which really isn't an issue aside from the limbs coming off thing that already happens to the Wellie Wishers sometimes. They also apparently have rooted hair instead of wigs, like every other American Girl doll. I assumed they had made new face molds because of how different they look from the Wellie Wishers, but apparently it's the same face molds, and that's crazy to me because they look just so unsettling compared to the Wellie Wishers, but looking at them side by side, it is the same. I think the reason they look so different is because the face paint on these dolls is just so bad compared to pretty much all of the other dolls that it makes them just so unsettling next to the Wellie Wishers that are essentially the same dolls. Even putting a newer Truly Me next to a historical doll that doesn't have the painted on eyelashes or anything like that doesn't have the same effect. It's like they took the post-2022 Truly Me face paint and made it somehow even worse. These dolls are supposed to be children and they just don't even look like that. I'll get into each of the dolls specifically in a minute, but there are 4 of them and they are $80 each, which seems a little bit steep for all vinyl 14.5-inch dolls with rooted hair and clothes that don't look like the greatest quality from the photos. They're also $10 more than what the Wellie Wishers are right now when I'm filming this. They do have more accessories that come with them than the Wellie Wishers do, which I guess justifies a slightly higher price. However, I don't personally think $80 or $70 is worth it for either the AG Sisters or the Wellie Wishers. One thing I think looks pretty good on these dolls is the hair. I don't like the fact that it's rooted just from a quality standpoint, and I'm not a big fan of most of the dolls with colored hair. However, I think it was done well on most of these dolls. These dolls also have some interesting names. I'm just going to go through these in the order they were in on the website. So the first one is Josette. You can probably see right off the bat what I meant by interesting names. Her name is Josette with a Z, not Josette with an S. Josette with a Z. I did Google it and it is a valid variation of the name, specifically a Dutch variation. However, unless they were intending her to be specifically from a culture that uses that variation, which we don't know at this point because the AG Sisters book doesn't come out until December, I don't know why they would choose that spelling specifically. I don't really have any notes about her face other than the general the face paint looks bad that I said about all 4 dolls. This is kinda back to all the dolls in general, but I think the eyebrows specifically look off because they're just solid brown with no details like other American Girl dolls have. And looking closer, they do have a little bit of details, but they still don't look great to me. I was trying to figure out what about their eyes seemed off to me, and I think it's that they're almost too detailed, if that makes sense. She has wavy blonde hair with blue highlights. They have it in pigtails, and I really don't have anything negative to say other than it being rooted. It looks in the pictures like it's still similar quality to other American Girl dolls, maybe a little lower quality, but not terrible. I like the barrettes in her hair. They could maybe do without slapping the American Girl star on everything, but that's an American Girl issue lately, not a this doll line specifically issue. Her shirt looks great other than maybe being a little too thin on the torso part, but that's gonna happen with doll sweaters. Her skirt, however, makes me a little nervous that it would shed glitter. It doesn't look like it would, but American Girl clothes with glitter on them are very hit or miss on whether they're going to shed glitter everywhere or not. And this is going to be an issue I have with all of the dolls, but I hate that the shoes are plastic. This is something that American Girl has been doing more lately, and it's just bad quality and I don't like it. She comes with 5 little accessories. I'm glad these dolls come with their accessories because I already don't think the $80 price is worth it, but it would be even less worth it if you had to buy $20 or $30 accessories separately. The first one is this little dog, which from the size of it, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a pet for the dolls or a toy. It said that it's a figurine, so I'm assuming it's supposed to be a toy because I really don't see how it would be intended as a pet with how small it is compared to the doll. I think it's cute, but it looks very Barbie, if that makes sense, and I don't think it really fits in an American Girl line. I really like the design of her backpack, but I hate that it's hard plastic. Once again, this feels more like Barbie quality than American Girl. I really like this hairbrush. I think it's the best accessory that she comes with. I don't think it's something that's negatively affected by the low quality of this set, and I think it's really cute. This soccer ball, I don't have any notes on it. The water bottle looks great. The parts of the lid look like they maybe aren't the greatest quality plastic, but it's not really a big deal. This is actually about all 4 of the dolls, but I didn't see it until I started looking at each of the individual dolls. They come in this packaging with the plastic front and the cardboard piece that slides in and out of the box. I'm actually surprised American Girl did this, considering last time they tried to package dolls this way, it did not go well for them. The next doll is Leah, which is another repeat name from a previous doll. Please pick some new names. This is getting ridiculous. I like the design of her outfit. I think this dress is really good for the target demographic of these dolls. If they put this on one of the 18-inch dolls, I might be giving them a little side eye, but for this line, it fits. Once again, I hate the plastic shoes. However, I don't really have an issue with the plastic for the roller skates. As long as they can be put on and off the dolls without a ridiculous amount of effort, I don't really see a problem with it. I don't like that the knee and elbow pads are plastic though. It just seems really cheap, especially for an $80 doll. The backpack, I don't have as much of a problem with being plastic as I did the other one. The design for this one looks like it belongs on plastic, but the blue one that Gisette had looks off because it looks like it should be cloth. One thing I would change though is maybe make the straps and the handle cloth, but the actual backpack part plastic if they really want the backpacks to be plastic. The cat, again, I'm not really sure what they're trying to do here. It looks like something that would be part of a Barbie playset, not an American Girl accessory, and I don't think it's as cute as the dog. I think the helmet is the worst item in Leah's accessories. It looks really cheap and like the plastic would break pretty easily. Overall, better than Gisette in my opinion, but still not great for an American Girl doll. Francie is the next doll. This is the only one where I have nothing to say about her name. The design of her clothes, great, no notes. But immediately I noticed the quality. It looks like similar quality to the My Life as doll clothes at Walmart. The shirt isn't bad, but the skirt is a little see-through and looks like it has thin fabric. Not the quality that you should be getting on an $80 American Girl doll. Her shoes are the ones I'm most worried about being plastic because unless there's a split on the back, which I don't see in the photos, these are probably going to be next to impossible to get on and off. I like most of her accessories. Her backpack looks the best so far, and the bubble tea is cute. Her dog is the cutest of the pets so far, and it has a dish and some little treats, which is something neither of the other ones had. The giant AG Sisters logo at the top of the adoption certificate is a little off-putting, but about what I expect from American Girl at this point. Francie's probably my favorite one so far, except for the clothing quality. The last doll is Wesley, once again with the names. Why are we naming a girl doll Wesley? American Girl the last few years has been making some insane naming choices. The color in her hair is in a few sections instead of in highlights like the other dolls, and that's really the only thing I would change about the design of the doll itself, is having the pink more spread throughout her hair instead of just in a couple spots. Her clothes, not the shoes, just the clothing, I think is the best of the 4 dolls. It's cute and it doesn't look like terrible quality. The shoes are a choice. I don't really care about platform shoes on the 18-inch dolls, but this is just a why are we putting them on the line for little kids. A lot of the other outfit choices on these dolls I think are fine given the target audience, but this was a choice. Her bag is the best in the line. I think that's probably because it's the only one that looks like it should be plastic. It's detailed, it matches the set, and I think it's great. The rabbit is my favorite of the pets. It looks like it doesn't have a thought behind its eyes, and I love it. The cup is really cute, except for the giant logo plastered on it. The stand mixer and spatula look well done, and not like they should be in this dumpster fire doll line at all. I am pleasantly surprised by some of the accessories Francie and Wesley have, because after I looked at Gisette's, I was really expecting the worst, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. There's 4 outfits you can get for the dolls right now. That's not a lot compared to other lines, but you can use the Welly Wisher clothes for them too if you wanted to, so it's not that big of a deal. Their pajamas are called the Staying Up Late styles. It's cute. The only thing I really worry about is fabric quality, because from the closer photos it doesn't look great. I like the little matching cloud pillow and the toothbrush and toothpaste. I like that the outfits come with accessories, because it seems like American Girl outfits lately have cost more with less things actually being included. The school style fashion set I have a lot more criticism about. I like the design, however, everything on the pants is printed on. Not even just the pockets, but the denim texture is printed on too. This is the quality of doll clothes you expect from Walmart, not from American Girl. Once again, plastic shoes and backpack are ridiculous. The school supplies are fine, except maybe the notepad. Why is it just a slab of plastic? The water bottle's fine. I wouldn't really have anything severely bad to say about this if it wasn't for the Walmart dollar store quality pants. The Glitz and Glam fashion set looks like the best done of these sets clothes-wise. The dress looks like it's significantly higher quality than all of the clothes so far, and the design is great for the target audience of this line. Rubber boots shaped like cowboy boots are a choice, but at least they have the split down the back so you can get them on and off. I don't think dolls that are supposed to be 10 years old and also targeted at 6-year-olds need a phone, but the rest of the accessories look great. I think this outfit is the best thing in this line so far. I take back the last one being the best outfit because this is probably the best outfit. The Beachy Chic set has a swimsuit and a cover-up that look great. There aren't any questionable design choices here, and they don't look like terrible quality. The plastic shoes actually make sense in this set. It comes with a beach towel, which is great because not a lot of American Girl swimsuits do. The sunglasses and sunscreen look about what I would expect from American Girl. The plastic bag looks a little too much like something I would expect in a Barbie set, but it's not that big of a deal. This is the best thing in the entire AG Sisters line, and just about the only thing I think is up to normal American Girl quality. There are 3 playsets. There is a big, medium, and small playset, not big to the extent of the multiple hundreds of dollars big ticket playsets, but big relative to the others. The bigger playset is the Glamping Girls sleepover set that is $99. I think this is one of the better items in this line. There's 2 sleeping bags with these little tents over them, and then a ton of little accessories. Given current American Girl pricing for a lot of the playsets, this is a good value for $99. Would I personally pay $100 for this? No, but I also wouldn't buy most of the current American Girl playsets with the insane pricing they are. I think there's a lot of play value in this for the 4 to 8 year olds this is intended for, so I don't have a lot of criticism. This set, however, I have a lot to say about. The Self-Care Sleepover set is $75 and comes with not a whole lot. It does give them a second set of pajamas, which is nice. The suitcase and the little neck pillow look great. These slippers are really weird to me though. There's a way to make teddy bear slippers that don't look off-putting and weird, but they chose this for some reason. Most of the actual self-care and cosmetic stuff in here looks great. The pouch that they go in is a little weird, but whatever. I am confused as to why there is a pet carrier in the Self-Care Sleepover set. The dolls each have their little animal that comes with them, but why is this in here and not in its own set? The last item in this line is the Sleepover Snack Set. It's $40, which is very reasonable given what a lot of American Girl sets cost now. I'm pleasantly surprised they're only charging $40 for this. The mini fridge and all the snacks and things that come with it look great. I could see the set working with the 18-inch dolls as well. It might be a little short for them, but if you really wanted a mini fridge without having to pay a ton on eBay for the retired one, I could see this being a good option. Overall, I hate most of this. There's a couple things that are great, but that doesn't make up for the low quality and terrible designs of the rest of it. The quality of most of this really worries me for the future of American Girl. If this is intended to be a replacement for the Wellie Wishers, which I'm really scared it is since most of the line was on sale when I wrote this is a huge downgrade. A lot of it really feels like there wasn't a whole lot of time and thought put into it, and that it was just thrown together to make more money from the early elementary school age demographic, which I don't see actually working when you can just buy the same quality stuff for half the price at Target. In general, I hate this line, and American Girl needs to figure their shit out because nothing they're doing lately is working. When you have the current Girl of the Year doll on sale constantly, literally on a 50% off sale when I wrote this, you're doing something wrong. This is getting off topic, and I may just make a part 2 to my Girl of the Year video from a couple years ago at some point. In conclusion, American Girl has lost the plot and never ceased to find new lows when I didn't think it could possibly get worse.